you'd come last night, you would have got something similar. Anyway, I will record. So we're going to start, and if you have a blanket, you could roll into a little kind of sausage shape. That would be really useful. The rest of you have got one. And if you take your blanket along your mat, so roll up a blanket shaped sausage, if you could. So you've got so this is the very gentle version. What's a gentle version of fish pose, in fact. So you're going to not sit on the blanket, you're going to have it underneath your spine, and you're going to recline over your blanket. So your head is hopefully on the top of it. Your whole length of your back is along the bolster, just not your bottom. And the arms could just rest out to the sides. So when you've got something, Nicola, just roll it up, make it a sausage shape. If it's too big of a roll, just make the fold slightly bigger. So hopefully this is fairly comfortable. So supported version of fish. We're going to do the full version later on with the bolster. So let's just rest in the shape for a moment. Feel the openness across your chest. Bring awareness to your breath. So you could inhale for a count of 5. And exhale 5. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. Get the soles of the feet together. So you've got Supta Baddha Konasana, so supported Supta Baddha Konasana. You've got your knees dropping out sideways. You've got your back still resting along the length of your blanket. You might have your arms in cactus arms, so you could have a little bend in your elbows. Get the arms out to the sides. So just noticing the opening across the chest, the softening through your inner thighs. Relax the jaw. One more breath. Roll onto your left side for a moment. Just extract your blanket and take it off to the side. Drop blanket off to the side, and then you can straighten the legs out to the sides of your mat. You could take the arms overhead, so you've got a starfish shape with your body. So you've got the arms coming out, your legs are coming out. And we could turn this into a side bend by taking your left ankle over your right, wriggling your shoulders over to the right, holding onto your left wrist, bring the arm over to your right and drop your left hip as you turn the head to the right. So you're coming into sort of banana shape with your body. So you're looking to the right, you've got the left hip dropping down towards the ground. Under your legs, wiggle the shoulders back to the center, come back to your starfish shape. Right foot over the left, take the shoulders over to the left, hold on to your right wrist, pull the arm over to your left, drop your right hip, turn the head to your left. You could think of the practice as almost a moving or not so moving meditation. So when the mind starts wandering, just noticing that it's wandering and see if you can just encourage it back to your breath. Come back to center, uncross the legs, bring the feet together, squeeze the knees towards you, hug your knees towards your chest and lift your head towards your knees. And then you could release. You could take the arms out to the side. You could let your knees drop over to the left as you look to your right. And then the knees go right as you look to your left. Keep the left shoulder down. So you twist, knees go one way, head goes the other. And you twist, knees go one way, head turns the other. And again, twist. And you twist. Come back to center, hug the knees towards your chest. Interlace the fingers, squeeze the knees towards you, pull on your fingers as you lift your heads towards your knees. So you're rolling into a little ball. And then you release the back. You could slide your left leg along the mat, interlace the hands around your right shin and squeeze the right knee towards you as you push out through your left heel. Take the right knee in your left hand, let the knee drop over to your left. Right knee comes over to the left as you look to your right. So your right shoulder stays down and you gaze to the right. You come back to center. You let your right foot drop to your inner thigh. The right knee will then drop out to your side and the arms will sweep overhead. And you could come to Anjali Mudra with your palms touching. The fingers are spread. You're letting your right knee drop out, pushing out through your left heel. Take the hands down the midline, lift your right knee again, squeeze the knee towards you. As you take the leg over to your left again, could you straighten your right leg? So you could take the arms out to the side, or you could just rest your left hand under your right thigh if you wanted. So to have a straight, both legs are straight, legs will be at right angles or thereabouts. Pushing out through both heels, bend the top knee, let the foot come to the inner thigh again, sweep the arms up overhead, come back to your Anjali Mudra. So pushing out through the heels, spread the palms of the hands. Bring the hands down the midline. You can squeeze both knees in towards the chest, interlace the fingers again around your shins, and lift your head towards your knees as you tug on your fingers. So the right leg comes along the mat. You squeeze your left knee towards you. Right leg is straight, is on the ground. And then you're holding your left knee in your right hand, and you're letting the knee drop over to the right as the left arm comes out. Look to the left. And as the knee comes up, the knee drops out to the side and the arms sweep up behind you again as the left knee drops out and you push out through your right heel. Find length through the sides of the body. Bring the hands down the midline. Lift your left knee again. Squeeze the knee towards you. And as it comes over to the right, could you straighten the leg? Could you push out through your right heel? Let the left heel, rather, both heels in fact. Let the left arm come out so your legs are at right angles. Perhaps if it's not comfortable, just bend the top knee. Look to your left. Again, as you bend the top knee, come back into your fallen tree position with your foot on your inner thigh. The arms are overhead again. Palms are touching, fingertips touching. Let the shoulders drop away from your ears. Hold it there. Hands come down the midline. You lift the left knee. You hug both knees towards your chest. Squeeze. Take the legs up in the air. Take the arms out to the sides. Push out through your heels. And the knees. Hug the knees back towards you. Lift the head towards your knees. Again, so the legs come up, the arms come out, pushing out through the heels. Bend the knees, squeeze the knees towards you. Lift. And again, legs lift, push out through the heels, arms come out. Bend the knees, keep the arms where they are, just touch the feet down towards the ground. And then you could slide the hands down towards your feet. So you've got the fingertips might be touching your heels, Relax the arms, knees are hip distance apart. A few variations of bridge. So as you push into your feet, as you inhale, could you lift your hips and your tummy and your chest? And then you exhale, releasing down. So inhale, lifting up, hips, tummy, chest. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, releasing down. Two more. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Hold it there. So when you get to the top, just squeeze the inner thighs together a little bit without moving the legs. Ease the knees away from you. Relax the shoulders. Did you interlace the hands underneath your body? Push the edges of the hand into the mat. Maybe wiggle the shoulders a little bit closer to the heels. You might come a little bit higher into your bridge. Release the hands, lower the back. Again, just lift the knees, squeeze the knees towards you, lift the head towards your knees. Rounding into a little ball. So again, the feet come onto the floor, the hands are to your side. Spread the soles of your feet. Push into the feet, lift your right arm as you lift your hips. So one arm lifting, the hips lifting. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up, so hips, left arm. Sorry. Exhale, releasing down. So we're doing opposite arms, and now we'll do both arms. So both arms will lift, the hips, the tummy, the chest. Backs of the hands come to the floor. And then you lower down. Inhaling right arm, lifting the hips. Exhale, lowering down. Inhaling left arm, the hips, tummy, chest. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up, hips, both arms, tummy, chest. Exhale, lower. One more set. Inhale, right arm, lift the body. Spread the soles of the feet. Relax the back of the hand on the floor, and then exhale, lowering down. Left arm, lifting hips. Back of the hand touches the floor. Exhale, release. Both arms lifting up. And when you get to the top, hold it. So you've got the backs of the hands on the floor, you've got your knees eased away from you, you've got your shoulders relaxed a little. Pushing into the feet. Squeeze the inner thighs a little bit towards the midline. Could you keep the arms where they are and lower your back? And then inhale, lift. So keep the hands behind you. So the hands stay on the floor, and then you just lower the body. So keep the arms on the floor and just see what that does. You might feel a little stretch on the sides of your body. And so one more time, the arms stay behind you, lifting up, holding it there for a moment. And then exhale as you release the body, and then you could release the arms. So if your bolster was to hand, you could slide the bolster underneath your hips. So a couple of ways of doing it. One is just to lift your hips and slide it underneath. If that doesn't quite work, you could sit on it and come back onto the mat. So what you want is the bolster underneath your sacrum. So you want to sit on it a little bit, roll back, make sure your head's going to come onto the mat. Are you right, Julia? Oops, so bend your knees and you want your feet hip distance apart as a normal bridge. So supported bridge, we'll just hold it here for a moment. You're right, Nicola. So you've got your bolster is under your sacrum. You might cactus arms, you might take the arms out a little bit sideways and just hold it here. So just for a couple of breaths, feel the opening across your chest, arms out sideways. So supported bridge. Then we can take the legs up in the air. So if the bolster's in the right place, this should feel fairly effortless. So you could hang here for a while, won't hang here for too long. And then could you take the legs out to your sides? And then bring the legs back in. Your feet could touch. You could make some swinging movements with your body. So you'd be massaging your lower back against your bolster. So keep the feet together and then just swing the legs around. And you could swing in the other direction. And then as you stop, you could flex the feet. So you could bring the toes towards you, push out through the heels, feel the opening through the back of your legs. Bend the knees, take the soles of your feet together, let the knees drop out sideways, so sort of upside down cobbler's pose. Knees come together, legs will straighten again. Again, flex the feet, push out through the heels. Keep the left leg lifted and just touch your right toes down to the ground. Lift the right leg. Keep the right leg lifted. Bend your left knee, touch the left toes down to the ground. Lift the left leg. And then both legs, lower the legs down towards the ground. Lift your hips. Slide your bolster out and bring it onto your left side. So the left bolster's on your left. At the back, just at the back, just settle into its natural curves as you bring your knees up towards your chest. So squeeze the knees towards you, then you could rock a little bit from side to side. Perhaps take the arms out to the sides. Take the feet onto the floor. Let your knees drop over to the right. Let your left arm come on top of the right. So you're rolling into a little ball on your right side, with your arms one on top of one another. And then if you swept your left arm behind you in a big arc, you'd have your knees on the right and you're looking to the left. Lift the knees, take the feet to the floor. So just settle here for a moment. Just relax the arms. You can change the arm position a little bit. Otherwise, your arms are out to the sides. And then could you pick your right leg up? And you could just bicycle your right leg. Point and flex. And then we could take the right ankle onto your left knee. So you've got the right ankle on the knee. You've got the knee dropping out to the side. Flex your right foot. And then we could try our one-legged bridge. So if you were to keep your left foot on the ground, could you lift your hips? And then lower the hips. So inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Hold it there for a moment. So you're nudging the right knee away from you. Your hips are fairly steady. Your body's fairly steady, in fact. And then you could lower the back down towards the ground. Keeping the right foot where it is, could you take your left foot off the ground? So just bring that left knee towards you. Still trying to encourage the right knee out sideways a little bit. And then as you inhale, you let the legs move away from you. So as you exhale, you bring the legs up towards you. And you inhale, you release. And again, exhale. Bring the legs up towards you. You could flex the feet, hold it there for a moment. And then as the left foot comes onto the ground, could you cross your knees? Could you come into eagle legs? Could you even wrap your foot around your leg? So you've got your legs are in a knot. You could take your right arm over the left and you could wrap your arms, coming into eagle arms. And then if you were to pick your feet off the ground, could you bring your elbows towards your knees? And then just release. Release the head, release the toes. Exhale, squeeze, elbows to knee. Again, release, touch the toes, take the head back to the floor last time. Lift if it's comfortable, lift the head, otherwise keep the head on the floor, and then elbows to knees. So you release, you take the arms out to the sides, you uncross your legs, you straighten your left leg, and you take your lower leg, right leg, along the length of your bolster, which is down the side of your mat. So the arms are out straight to the sides. You've got your right lower leg resting all the way along the length of your bolster. Your right knee is bent. So your right knee is bent, and you want your bent. And you want the whole lower leg. You want the length of the bolster. Every time you go down to the side. So you're quite a nice twist. Just a couple of breaths. So in a restorative class, you would hold this for quite a while. We're not going to it. So we're just going to hold it here just for a couple of breaths, just letting the body drop into this shape. But there's no it's more of a thing of support as opposed to stretch. So you're letting the body just drop into this shape for a moment, and it can just start to let go a little. And you can just feel the breath. And then we'll just come out of it. So you lift your right leg, you could hug your knees towards you. Pick your bolster up, so just lift the bolster, swing it over to the right side. So it's halfway along the mat. So from here, again, the arms could come out to the sides. You could have your right foot on the floor. You could pick your left leg up and you could bicycle your left leg. So your right knee is bent, your left leg is moving. So bicycle the leg. We've got the little twist. So let's drop onto the left side. Let's let your right hand come on top of the left. And then you sweep your right arm behind you in a big arc. So your knees are on the left and you're looking to your right. So your knees are one way, your arms are straight out sideways, making a T shape with the arms, looking to the right, knees are on your left. So when you bring yourself up, the right foot is on the floor again, and your left ankle is now on your right knee. So you're nudging the left knee out to the side. So you want your right knee bent. Right foot is on the floor, left ankle above your right knee. And then trying to keep the hips fairly level, could you lift your hips, keeping the right foot on the ground? And then lower the hips. Lift the hips. Right foot stays down, left knee drops out. Lower the hips. One more time, lift the hips. Lower the hips. So keeping the left foot where it is, could you lift the right foot off the ground so you can bring your left or your right knee towards you? So squeeze the knees towards you, and then as you inhale, you touch maybe the toes touch down towards the ground. So as you exhale, you bring the knees a little bit closer. You might flex the feet. Inhale, you let the toes touch down. And then exhale, lift the legs, squeeze it towards you, hold it there. Right foot touches down, left knee crosses over, wraps around the leg, eagle legs. So squeeze the legs together. And then could you take your left arm over the right, come into eagle arm? And then what you could do is you could pick the feet off the ground and you could bring your elbows towards your knees. And touch the toes down, bring the head down, and again, squeeze. And then release. One more time, squeezing, elbows to knees, hold it there. So as you unravel the arms come out sideways. You've got a T shape with the arms. You uncross your legs. The right leg stretches along the length of your mat. Your left knee bends and it drops over to the right and it rests the whole length of your left leg, lower leg, along your bolster. So your bent left knee is resting on your bolster. The arms are out to the side and you look to the left. We'll just hold it here for a few breaths. Opening across the chest, dropping into the twist. Notice your breath, 5 breaths. Roll onto your back. Lift your lower legs. Come into happy baby pose. So let's have your feet parallel to the floor, your shins perpendicular to the floor, feet above your knees. So if you're to keep your right leg where it is, could you straighten the left leg and lower your left leg and your left arm back behind you? And you might hover the foot a little bit off the ground. You might reach through the left fingers. And then you could bend the knee, come back to happy baby pose. So you could have the knees dropping down towards the armpits. You could keep the left leg where it is, straighten the right leg. Lower the right leg slowly towards the ground. Take the right arm out behind you, hovering the heel, reaching through your fingers. So the right heel might be hovering a couple of inches off the ground. And again, you come back to happy baby pose. Knees dropping towards the armpits, maybe dropping a little bit closer. Let go of the left leg, straighten the left leg. Lower the left leg down towards the ground. The back of the left hand coming towards the floor. And again, bend the knee, come back to happy baby pose. Knees dropping towards the armpits. Leave the left leg where it is, straighten your right leg. Lower the right leg, lower your right arm. And again, happy baby pose. One more set. Keep the right leg where it is. Slowly lowering the left leg down, pushing out through the left heel, reaching through your left fingertips, hovering the left heel a couple of inches off the ground, and then you come back to happy baby pose. And the right leg comes down, so the left knee stays bent. The right leg comes down. Right arm hovers off the floor, the right heel hovers off the ground. And then you just come back and you hold it here. So let the feet can rest on the soles of the feet, or the hands on the soles of the feet, or you've got the on the ankles, either one. And maybe rock a little bit from side to side. As you stop, you could cross the ankles, rock yourself up into a seated position for a moment. You're right. Let's roll the shoulders. Ah, good. You can see you, Nicola. Roll. And then let's go the other way. You can release the head. You could take the head over to your left. Take the head over to your right. Lift the head, turn the head to the left. Turn the head to the right. Come back to center, take the right arm out, take the hand behind the back, find your elbow. Again, look to the left. Look to the right. Slide the hand up the back, take the left arm up. Reach over to your right. So you could take a side bend first if you wanted to, and then as you come up, you can reach up a bit more, and then you just drop the hand behind your back. That book is tantalizing looking at me. I can't wait to start reading it. You missed it, Licker. I was given a book called The Untamed Witch, which I'm going to read this afternoon, probably. Lifting up. Such a great title for a book. Maybe just drop your ear a little bit to your left. Release the hands. You could change the cross of your legs. You could take the left arm out. Take the hand behind you. Find the elbow. Look to the right. Look to the left. And back to center. Take the right arm up. Reach over to your left. And up, you could slide the hand up the back a little bit, reaching up, and then take the hand behind the back, and maybe you've got your fingers. And you can drop the ear a little bit over to your right. Release the hands, come back to center, let the arms come out. Wrap the arms around your body. Relax the shoulders. Eagle arms. So you could just lift the hand. You might take the elbows off the chest. And then as you come forward, you could just take the backs of the hands onto the opposite knees and just relax the head. Coming up. Take the arms out again. Take the arms around the body again. Relax the shoulders. Eagle arms. Lift. Come forward. So again, hands on the opposite knees. Slide the hands out and relax the head. Coming up. Take the feet onto the floor so you could have your bolster. What side? On your right side. That'd be good. So just keep it there for a minute. So have the feet on the floor. Take the hands behind the back. And we could just move. We could swing the hips, turn the head. So you could close the eyes if you wanted to and just do this in your own time. So the feet could be as close together as you want or as wide as you'd like, whatever feels nice for you. We could all end up with our legs on the left. And then we could just settle here for a moment. So you could have your left foot on your right thigh, Nicola. And you could have your right hand on your knee, and you could just lift and twist your leg. Untwisting a little bit, take your left hand onto the floor, take the right arm out to the side, and then you could take the arm across. Option to lift the hips. Drop the hips. Sweep the arm out to the side. So as you come across, the hips will lift, the arm comes overhead. Drop the hips, take the arm out. You come across, and you lift. Hold it there. Lower the hips. Bolster comes at 90 degrees to your hip. So there's a 90-degree angle between your left thigh. You might bring the knees a little bit closer together. You might want to pop a blanket in between your legs. You can just take some padding there, but what we're doing is you're lifting, you're turning the whole body towards the bolster. You're not just leaning on it sideways, you're lifting, turning, and you're taking the front of the body onto the bolster and you wrap your arms around it and you just hold it here for a few breaths and supported twist. So you're leaning body face down, or like full on to the front of the bolster, not the side. And the whole body is resting on the bolster. You've got the arms wrapped around it. The head could be turned either way. So either turn towards your knees or slightly bigger twist if you turn the head the other way. So whichever you'd like, holding it there for a few breaths. But just hold it here 5 minutes. And then you can just push into the hand, you lift yourself up. And you cutter yourself around to the other side. So swing the bolster around. Drop your feet to the other side. So now you've got your right foot on your left thigh. You've got the hand on the knee, you're lifting and you're just twisting to your right. Inhale, lift, exhale as you twist. You lift and twist. I think it helps sometimes with these restorative poses. We know how long you're going to be doing it for. I know when I do them online sometimes, I do other people's classes, they say we're going to hold this for 5 minutes. And it's like, okay, mind knows 5 minutes. So sometimes it's quite nice to know, perhaps. That's why I sometimes say how many breaths we hold it for. And then you untwist yourself, you take the right hand to the floor, the left arm comes out to the side. And as the hand comes across, Nicola, could you lift your hips and take the arm overhead? And then you drop the hips and you take the arm out to your side. So the arm comes across, you lift the hip. And the arm will lower, the arm comes out. And you come across, lift. Hold it there for a moment, just lifting the hips, gazing up at your left hand. So as you lower the hips, the bolster's at right angle to your right thigh, so 90-degree angle. You might bring the knees back together, you might want to pop something in between the legs. So as you lift, you're turning, so the whole front of the body is lying over your bolster and the arms wrap around it and you just turn your head whichever side works best for you. Just let the body rest here, relax the shoulders. Feel the opening across the back, 5 breaths. And then we'll come out, so you just take the hands to the floor, you push into the hand, you lift yourself up, stretch yourself from your blankets, your bolsters, and come over into a kneeling position with your toes turned under. Sitting on your heels, if you would like. So you can just give the toes a little wriggle. And then we could come up to a kneeling position, holding onto the lower back. So you're spreading the palms. You're taking the hips forwards and you lift your chest. You sit down towards the heels. Hands slide forwards. Body comes forwards. Tops of the feet come to the ground, lowering yourself down into your cobra. When you get there, lift the hands off the floor. Draw the elbows back, lift your chest. Feel the breath. Hands under shoulders, pushing into the hands. Coming up, you can turn your toes in under. You might lift your hips, downward facing dog, perhaps pedal the heels. Stop for a moment, relax the head, lift the sit bones a little bit higher, spread the palms of your hands. Drop your knees, sit back towards the heels. Toes can be turned under if you would like. Lifting up, take the hands to the back of the body. So you could slide the hands a little bit further down the backs of the legs if you wanted to. Hips come forward, drawing up through center. Sit back onto the heels. Hands come forward. Rolling forwards, coming onto your tummy again. So coming down to your cobra. And when you get there, could you lift a little bit higher? Exhale, lowering down. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, pushing into the hands, coming up, turn the toes under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. So you can take the right leg in the air, bend the knee, step the foot forward, drop your left knee, coming into a lunge. So you've got the right knee above the ankle, take the time, wriggling the right foot forwards a little bit. Take the arms up. Hands come to the floor, straighten the front leg if that's comfortable, or you can rest the hands on the thigh. Just lower the body down towards your right leg. Take the foot forward, take the hands either side of the foot, turn the toes under, rock on your right leg. Slide the right leg back, coming into plank for a moment. Drop your knees, sit back towards the heel. Coming up, last time. So you could either keep the hands on the legs, you might even come onto the heels if you're not leaning back too far. So if you feel that your hips are coming backwards, you might want to stay at one of the earlier positions. So you're holding it there. So hands wherever they feel comfortable, drawing up through the core, lifting your chest. Sit back towards the heels. Gently click, hands come forwards. Come onto your tummy. When you get there, could you take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, draw the hands towards your heels, lift the chest, maybe lift the legs. 3 breaths. Hands come under the shoulders, lower the legs. Lift yourself up, turn the toes under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take the left leg up in the air, bend the left knee, pop the foot forward, drop your right knee. However you'd like to get there, coming into a lunge position. Wriggle the foot forward, rock down through the front of your right thigh, and make sure your knee's comfortable, and then lift your arms. The shoulders for the opening across your chest. And then the leg can straighten, the fingertips can come down, or you can rest the hands on the leg. lower down towards your left leg. Foot comes forwards, hands frame the foot, back leg turns on, toes turn under, and you could just rock forwards and back a couple of times. Slide the left leg back, coming into your plank. Push out through the heels, bottoms down, Anthea. So you want the bottom down, you're pushing out through the heels to the crown of your head, drop your knees, separate the knees, sit back onto your heels, find your bolster, bring it between your legs. And just rest. And I know for most of you, it's really comfortable to lie on the floor, but just see what it's like with the bolster. So just rest it between your legs and just wrap your arms around it. So it's just a supported child's pose. You feel the movement of the abdomen towards your mat, towards your bolster. And you just notice your breath. Five breaths. And then you can just push into the hands, lift yourself up. Push the bolster forward for a moment, just come onto all fours for a second. So let's just come into a few rounds of cat-cow before we come into our supported fish. So we're just lifting the chest, gazing up. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under, round the back. Inhale, uncurl, pull back on the heels of the hands, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under and round the back. Inhale, lifting, spreading the palms, gazing up. Exhale as you round. Again, pulling back on the heels of the hands, lift. Exhale, maybe even pushing forwards through the heels of the hands, round. One more set. Inhale, uncurling. Exhale as you round. So you can come back to a neutral position, maybe just come onto your bottom for a moment. So if your bolster is at the, how are we going to do this? The bolster is going to be either the front or end of your mat, either one. If you have a sensitive back, you might want to roll up a blanket into a quite a thick sausage shape, and that goes there. Some of you will also need something under your head. So it will look like this. So you're going to sit up really close to the bolster, either blanket or no blanket under your lower back, and you'll be reclining over the bolster with your arms either out to the sides or resting on your body. Probably most of you will need something under your head. So I'll come and sort that out. So Nicola, can you sort that out? So you want to lie down and then you come and check head because it's quite. Right, so it's supported fish. Fish. Is that right? Yeah. We're going to hold this for a few breaths as well, a couple of minutes. So just let me know if it's not comfortable for your back and you can change it a little bit. So your arms, so some of your arms are the head and the air. So you want to wrap your arms between on the ground. So see what you think. I do this. So you have an option. If you feel your arms are just kind of lurching, somewhere and sort everybody out. So give me a couple of minutes. And then you think, oh, come round with iPads or something. There's a version of the post we did. Almost done, so it's a while to get these things. Let the body settle into this shape. Breathing relaxation. Think about how you could ease yourself out of the shape for a moment. Perhaps what you could do is you could just roll onto your right side and roll into a little ball, and using, if you've got something under your head, you can use it as a little cushion. To support yourself, you roll onto your side. And just stay roll on our side for a moment, so you can use like to use the back of the strong onto your side. That is all. Think about perhaps you would like to bring yourself up to seated position. Your hands to your chest. Take a breath. And exhale through the mouth. May you feel happy, may you feel joyful, may you feel very loved, and may you feel very peaceful. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you for joining me. Thank you for, I hope you enjoyed that slightly high body class. Stop there.